So here's the Ranger. I got the transmission dropped, new clutch in, put the transmission back up, and I'll tell you, that job whooped my butt. It is probably one of the worst jobs I've had to do to a car. It was not fun at all, but it drives now, and that was the goal. So now I get to do the fun stuff like detailing it, and I gotta say, this might be the nastiest interiors I've ever had to deal with. We got all that stainage down there. I already cleaned off the shifter and that, cup holders and all that, just because I had to get all that stuff up and out to get the transmission dropped. When I flipped the carpet up, I'll show it on the other side how much dirt was just in the carpet, got put onto the seats. It's pretty bad. It's the only thing really now stopping me from driving around and seeing how reliable it is I don't know if you can see all that dirt that flew up, but it's pretty bad. So next step's gonna get this cleaned up so that I can comfortably sit in it and not feel like I'm covered in dirt. Well, it's been a while since I posted because, well, the transmission on this guy really kicked my butt. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the worst, most difficult, challenging thing I've done. Learned a lot. I learned that I won't do it again. And that was it. But other than that, I've done a few more things to it. Flipped the camera around. So obviously bigger wheels and tires because you gotta. I got the spare mounted in the bed right here with these D-rings. I really like the look of it. I put a trailer hitch on it because this little ball hitch here, let's see if I can see how bad on video. Let's get some light. There it is. Yeah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that one bit to pull anything. I barely trust it to, well, I don't trust it. But yeah, bigger tires. I put a really fun shifter on it. There it is in first gear. Went semi-style on it, just big old stick. I can barely turn when it's in first gear because it just takes up so much space there by the steering wheel. On top of that, I detailed the interior. This was probably the dirtiest interior I've ever had to deal with. A whole bunch of vacuuming, a whole bunch of dirt, rocks, all that stuff that I discovered when I pulled the carpet up to get the transmission, get the shifter disconnected there. I mean, I still haven't addressed the windshield. There's a few more things. Oh, I put LED bulbs in it. I had some LED bulbs sitting around from an old ZJ that I had, threw it in there. But yeah, other than that, it's got a fresh clutch in it. Bigger tires, nice shifter, headlights, all that good stuff. The next thing and final thing on the list is getting the rear leaf springs replaced. So this side with the tires on it, I believe, if I remember the measurement correctly, sits at 37 inches. And this side over here sits at 35 inches. And I'm sure you could see if I put these images side by side, you could see it. There's a pretty drastic difference. I wonder if I can get it on camera. The crookedness that it sits at. You can't really see it on the video. There's not enough room in the shop. But yeah, that's what's been keeping me busy. Just working on this thing. I've also done a few more things to WRX. I'll get a little summary video on that. I've done quite a few things to that thing actually since the last video I put out. But I've just been having fun with this little Ranger, doing as many goofy things as I can to it. It's turned into one of those things where I bought it because it was cheap enough to justify buying. Then once I tore into it, I'm now into it more than I would if I just bought a nicer one that did need a clutch. But that's the way it goes. You got to spend money to have fun, and I sure am having fun with this thing.